back here.
No.
So your first tool of flower arranging is your vessel. Because the vessel will decide what the arrangement looks like. And the fact that it's wide on top and thinner at the bottom, that's gonna help me with my mechanics. You know how some people use floral foam? Floral foam, unfortunately, isn't that great for the environment, so I'm trying to not use floral foam. But I don't love using wire either, which is the other thing that a lot of people use. So I just freestyle, and I'm gonna show you how I freestyle. In this vase, which I work with all the time, it's my favorite vase. It is gorgeous, right? And oh, I should say, I get my vases at 3 places. One is Buy Nothing on Facebook, because people are always like, oh, I had 18 vases in my closet, you can have them all.
Buy Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I love Facebook
Buy
Marketplace.
Nothing is the best. It's like Facebook Marketplace, except everything's free. And we had a drum kit in the attic, and I kept thinking that one of my children would start playing the drums, but if you go through COVID and no one plays the drums once, you know no one is ever going to use those drums. So I just put them on Buy Nothing, and someone within 20 minutes picked up that drum kit.
Oh,
So it's great, and if somebody puts vases on, and 15 minutes later, I am at their house picking up those vases. And so I give a lot of vases away also. So it's easy come, easy go. The other place I go is, has anyone ever been to the,
Savers?
I have been to Savers, but the Goodwill on River Street.
Oh, no.
The Goodwill on River
River Street
Street.
where, in Mattapan? or-
Yes.
Mattapan.
It's a great Goodwill. You can, I give them my kids' old clothes all the time. I'm over there a lot. And then I always just browse the vases. And the vases are like $2 each. But sometimes you find something like this and you're like, oh, this was on the $2, you know,
Yeah.
thing. And they're like, oh, fine, no problem. And usually when you buy it there, you can't even recognize what you're buying because they're so dirty.
Yeah.
And there's like a little scum in there and dust and they're like $2 fine, you clean it. And then I bring it home and this goes into my dishwasher, believe it or not. So this was more than $2, but I have bought a lot of good things at thrift. And then this one I got at a yard sale.
That's on River Street in Mattapan.
I just love that Goodwill. I really do. I can't say enough good things about Goodwill in general, thrifting. My kids love thrifting. I love thrifting. Thrifting rules.
We'll all be thrifting after today.
Well, honestly, I'm actually thinking about teaching a class at Goodwill. Because I was thinking, you guys have all these vases, and like if I cleaned them, I could just teach a floral class here and make a tablescape out of your stuff. Like, wouldn't that be fun? And everything's like $2 at the end.
Wow.
I don't know, that's the kind of class I would like to go to, so maybe I'll just teach it, because if it doesn't exist, do it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I chatted enough, now I'm gonna get to work. Here's a couple more goodies that I literally foraged on the way here. And the other fun thing about foraging is that you start connecting with nature in new ways. And so now I know where the plants are. I have favorite plants. I have plants that I know work with this vase. These are
Rhododendron or
yes.
azalea?
I don't even know if it's rhododendron or azalea. It's one of the two. And
Oh, it's a rhododendron.
okay, there you go. Thank you. I grew up in Ohio and we didn't have these in my yard, so I came late to the whole roadie party. But this plant is really fun to work with. And then look at this beauty. I mean, just for the aromatherapy alone, just pass that, sniff that. It just smells like they're trying so hard to make cars smell, but cars never end up smelling like
Is that in the cedar
forest.
family?
Where did that come
Huh?
from? Yeah.
Cedar? Is
Oh,
it?
yes, it is. And actually, here, I'll pass you one. I'm gonna start with you since you're on the end and you can pass it around. It's just so healthy. That is a really happy,
And
healthy
where is
plant.
that located?
Oh, thank you, yes. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just gonna clip these to the right size for my vase. And because I work with this vase all the time, I know what it wants. I just
Smells
know.
like your cedar
Now see
chest.
the stub?
Oh,
Guess what? The stub's going in. And the greens are going in. And this is like a floral design no-no because people don't want greens under the water. But if it's between floral foam and this, I'll take this all day. So this is, I give myself permission to do certain things. See how this is draping over the edge? I love that drape. And this isn't a huge huge vase. So this is a little vase, but we're gonna get a pretty big arrangement out of a pretty small vase. So I'm gonna trim that one little bit, chuck that in like that, and see, I'm already getting some movement going. I like this one.
And you don't see just the stems, you see all the green, so.
Exactly, it
Right,
works.
exactly.
Yeah, it kind of works. And I'm gonna see if this guy wants to go. Sometimes plants want to do certain things, so you just kind of have to listen to the plant.
You're telling us they have a mind of their own.
I am. It's just like anything else.
You have to talk to them.
I really think that careful listening is the key to friendship. It's the key to this. It's the key to actually staying young in our bodies. Like, we have to listen to our bodies. Our bodies are like, I wanted to do yoga today, and you didn't do yoga, and now I'm just gonna give you a neck ache. So I've started, like, every morning, I just wake up and I go like this, and I breathe in, and I check in with my body, because some days my body is like, thumbs down, honey, you need to take better care of me. And I do listen, and so as a result, I have a younger body than some of my friends.
We'll look like you if we do that.
Well, you all look very youthful. I think I'm talking to, my crowd, so. Who knows what this plant is, because I don't.
What is it?
Well, I don't know.
Looks like a kind of a rhododendron, but
Yes, it's beautiful green. It's in Spalding Garden, which is the public garden that Milton Garden Club
Yeah.
maintains and owns, actually. I guess it's private, but we let you guys in all the time. And I think it's actually a mountain laurel that hasn't bloomed yet. Okay, good. There it is. There. So I'm gonna put him right there and see how he's giving us a new textural element in the arrangement. And so I'm very happy to have additional textural elements. So I'm just gonna keep going with him. At some point, you do need to clip the leaves off, or you're gonna have too much in the base.
It's saying Andromeda, but
Oh,
I don't-
Andromeda!
But Andromeda, I thought that was that one with the white flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
it's right
have-
there on the table.
Andromeda, I think,
It's
is
right
that
on the
one.
table.
Can you see if it also is called?
Genus of 7 species of shrubs in the flowering plant family, Ericaceae. Cheesewood.
Cheesewood? Who knew? Okay, so see how I'm stirring up the vase and moving it around, and so now we've got the rhodie in there, and he's giving flower vibes, don't you guys?
Yeah.
Feel like this is just like a green little blossom. So you've got this guy, you've got this guy, so we've got 3 elements so far, and I'm really liking that element, so I'm gonna add a little more.
It's already pretty.
I was thinking,
Getting there,
just
it's
put a
getting
little
there.
berries, a beautiful Christmas
That's right.
centerpiece.
That would be.
Yeah, it
Beautiful.
is giving sort of Christmas vibes, but okay, so now wait till you see this cedar, you guys. Look at that little droopy guy. So this one is from a private garden in the Columbines, and I
it's
helped.
a
The
columbine.
Columbine
Sorry,
area.
the Columbines neighborhood,
Area.
yes. This is from a private garden in the Columbines. So one other thing about foraging is that once your friends know that you like to forage, then they're like, oh, I have pussy willow in my garden, Georgia, come over right now. Or, oh, my roses are in full bloom, come over. And I go to friends' gardens and just do this at their houses, because they don't mind and they love it that I love it, and we kind of share the love. So that's kind of fun. So if you guys start doing this, and I highly encourage foraging, respectful foraging, I would ask Susie first, but I think especially.
We really cannot cut flowers here.
Oh, I'm not saying flowers, but the
I mean, even greens
Oh,
we
you
can't.
can't. Okay.
No.
Well, then
They
call
have
me up,
landscapers who do
because
everything.
you can come cut in my garden. And I do teach this class. I'm doing this. It's called Foraged Florals in 4 Seasons. And so we've already done. No, we haven't done summer. We've done fall. We did fall at the Milton Cemetery. That was our opening event. Oh no, Brookwood Farm. We did a summer event in those flower fields, and we foraged there. And then we did Wakefield Estate the day that it snowed, January 6th. Remember the first snow of January? and we foraged in the snow, and that was magical. And the next one is going to be the best one of all. It's going to be the peony foraging,
Oh, beautiful.
and that's going to be in June.
Wow.
We'll
So
all
if you guys
sign
want to
up.
get on the mailing list, you're welcome to, because that's going to be the pièce de résistance.
Yeah.
So, anyway, here we go. I'm sorry for the pause. I will keep. Hi, Susie.
Just keep doing your thing.
I'm gonna keep
Don't
doing my
mind it.
thing. Okay, so who wants to see this in there?
I do.
Right? Okay, let's add the what I'm calling mountain laurel. Hopefully, it's mountain laurel.
Andromeda.
I really need to learn my plants better. That is a deficit of
The
mine.
one
Okay,
thing about that, it's very beautiful now, but the bees love it. So if you have small children, you really cannot have a lot of that in your
good
garden.
to know. I have teenagers.
Well, they know what bees look like, so it's okay for them.
Yes, they do, and honestly, we have clover because I have an organic lawn, and so the bees actually stay low on the lawn because they're eating the clover, so we have to be careful anyway. Even I have to wear shoes in the lawn because of the bees, because if you step on a bee,
You get stung.
yeah, you kind of are. Okay, so I'll show you how I'm doing this. I'm just sort of letting it, I love how everything's sort of droopy drapey. Is that giving us droopy drapey?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then let's do one more of those. Yes, thank you. You know what, let's leave those,
Okay.
I want the shorter ones maybe. Oh, this one's long too. Well,
You've
we're
got
just
one
gonna-
on your table there.
I think that one is prettier though. Let's
Yeah.
use that one.
It's very full. Oh, you want that one, okay.
I do, sorry.
That's okay.
Just, you guys, I make this up as I go along, so here we go.
That's how creativity works.
It kind of is.
Gets inspired.
The thing about foraging is you cannot predict exactly what's going to be blooming on any given day. And so you really have to go with flow. So one thing I've gotten good at is just going with the flow. Okay, so we're going to add this baby. Do you see how most of the things I'm adding in groups of threes? 3, 5, 7. For whatever reason, these are the magic numbers of dinner parties and flower arrangements. I love having an odd number at a dinner party. I just think it really is more fun. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Magic! Okay, so now I think we're gonna just add a few little magnolias. And yes, okay, who loves this baby? Okay. How's
That
your
would be
sense of
pretty
smell?
by itself.
I know.
Can you smell that? It's a subtle perfume.
There's a huge one outside the Milton Library.
Yes, there is. That is my favorite tree in all of Milton. Smell that. So right now we're taking an aromatherapy break. You smell, right?
Thank you.
Isn't here? I'm gonna let you hold it and pass it because I'll just work with a different branch. But isn't that just extraordinary?
Wow.
Big, beautiful ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this one because the height of it is probably just right. And does anyone know what these guys are called?
Oh, over that way?
Well, they look like pussy willows, but
They do. They're called catkins.
cat what?
Catkins
Oh,
are
yeah.
just those little soft, fuzzy, blossom-producing
Did you get sniff?
buds. So, okay, I want this bloom to go right about there.
Nice.
Nice.
Are we liking that?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like
Thank
that's
you.
just
You're
adding
welcome.
a little delicacy. I want to come to the front. You see how active you're going to be if you're flower arranging? You run around.
Did you ever use a lazy Susan?
No, I don't.
That's what I would use.
I think a lot of people do, but I'm not one of those people.
I don't like them either, though. I don't like to use them either. I don't know.
The word lazy plus my name never go in a sentence together. If anything, I would use a go faster Susan. Okay, so I wanted it to hang more on its own, so I'm reconfiguring it a little so that it's floating above the,
And all the stems are helping to support it.
yes,
And they support each other too. You can kind of tie,
Yes.
lock them in.
exactly. Hopefully, that's
That's the plan.
and if it doesn't do what I want it to do, sometimes I twist a branch around a branch to hold it in a better place. So are we happy with that?
Yeah.
And magnolias hate the rain. So this poor little guy got rained on last night, but he's doing pretty well given the rain that he had to endure. So I'm gonna cut that about there. I think he's gonna go right about, maybe here. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys.
Oh, very nice.
And then rule of threes, I'm gonna put one right there, maybe this one. Oh, so lovely.
My landscaper always told me to do threes.
Let's see if I can get him to behave.
And the buds are so pretty too.
Yeah. So that worked, but I also then made a little hole in my arrangement, so I'm gonna have to,
Fill it in with something.
yeah, good, love. Ooh, yes, brilliant. Oh my gosh, it's like having my twin. High five. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's gonna go there to fill the hole. And there. So there was a moment where I thought I might add daffodils, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just gonna add one more judicious bit of the laurel. That's a pretty judicious bit. And I think that little bit is gonna go right there, like that. Oh, let me just try one thing. Do you guys know what this is?
Eucalyptus.
Great guess. But no, it's actually something that most conservationists don't like a lot. It's bittersweet.
No.
So there's two schools of thought on bittersweet. I would never propagate it, but I bought a house that happens to have a mature bittersweet plant that is in a place where it's not spreading. So I just let it stay there. It's a happy plant. It coexists with other happy plants, and it gives me bees.
It is lovely.
So I kind of just go with it, but I wouldn't share it as a great plant for your garden. But sometimes I just go with the flow. So I think I like the texture that this is going to give here, and I'm going to try and work with it just as an additive element to sort of widen. You see that? And then I think we need one more magnolia, and then I'm going to stop because I could keep going on this, and I have another arrangement that I want to make for you all. We're not going to introduce yellow. I just wanted to check. And that's the other thing, you know, there's no real rules. You just keep playing with it until you get to where you want to be. So I'm going to try this little magnolia. He's going to go right there. And honestly, this magnolia is the one that was the sucker. And it's straight, because it was just growing straight to the sun on a mission. It's the best one because it's so easy to work with a straight stem. So I'm really happy with how he turned out, and I'm gonna stop. But here it is,
Very nice.
Beautiful.
and that is 100% local Milton plant material on April, what is it, April 4th?
Yes.
April 3rd. April 3rd, and we've got this much plant material to work with.
Right, this way. Perfect.